I was gonna go for a ride, uncover my bike. Then, looks like some asshole decided to park his bike in my spot. Because I own a Honda. Wait a second, what's this? Hey, let's have some fun. So anywho, how's it going? You notice, all 6 people of you that have watched my videos, thank you very much. Everybody starts somewhere. Every view is appreciated, so that way I just don't feel like a schizophrenic rambling to myself. And I have this here little sport bike. And it's fun. So, for reasons that are reasons, I have a Ninja 250. It's not perfect. My God, it is not perfect. I kind of don't want it to be perfect. I wouldn't enjoy it as much. But I have in my stable, my wheelhouse, what everybody used to say, and to a degree still does, says the ultimate beginner's bike, the one that everybody needs. You don't start on this, you're an idiot. I figured I'd give some initial impressions. I feel like as a person that has a lot of experience with motorcycles, riding them, various types, you know, owned many, rode a lot, wrecked a few, I figure I'm in a decent place to talk about just initial impressions of the 8807 Ninja 250. In 2020, it's a nice little bike. If you can get it for the right amount of money and you're mechanically inclined, and that's what you want, feel free to go for it. If you don't know what you want, and you're not mechanically inclined, pick something else. Just to take a possibility of a very long video, we'll find out in post how long it is, and trimming it down into the too long didn't read or too long didn't watch. If you can spin wrenches and you like 80s looking sport bikes, get one. If those don't apply, don't get one. There we go, video should be over. But it's not, because I ramble. I've been on several different bikes. I had a KZ 750 that was heavily modified. I currently have a Honda NC 700X that slowly and as ambition allows is going to get turned into more to the adventure bike that Honda claims it is capable of being. We'll see how that'll go. I've had a Shadow 750. Great little bike, honestly. Just personal aside, if how you sit your ass on a bike doesn't bother you and you just want to get on 2 wheels today, go find a Shadow 750. 50 horsepower, people can't tell it's not a Sportster, and you'll have fun with it. I bought one to help a friend out, and I ended up putting like 15 or 20,000 miles on it, and like I bought it with the express intention of I don't really like this thing. I ended up falling in love with it. Ninja 250, what do you get? You get low visibility in the mirrors. You get horsepower that is delivered between 7 and 14,000 RPM. You get a bike that you need to remember to turn the gas off on. Probably stuff is bent. The thing gets, mine personally, gets a little bit spooky at 70 miles an hour because it's a small bike going that fast, and I'm around 6 foot tall, around 200 pounds. I'm not rounding by 40 pounds or 6 inches either direction. So keep those comments to yourselves. Honestly, it's probably just a combination of the aerodynamics and the rider. Yeah. It runs warm. Near as I can tell, this is the cruising operating temperature is towards the warm side of the gauge. At least in the summer in traffic. My fan works. The coolant's been gone through. It is tuned up. This is just a warm running bike. It's not fast. Oh crap. But that right there, that oh crap, defines my other point. It's quick. The bike gets up to speed very quickly. It gets down from speed very quickly. It is nimble. Like, this is a sharp little bike. If you really felt like it, you could go knee down at an intersection and not look like an asshole with your bike in the ditch and you in the crosswalk. It's mostly forgiving. Like I said, higher speeds, it gets a little bit of windage to it. But as long as you keep it under, consistent highway speeds, it goes great. It handles sharp. Like your normal, back road sweepers, you'll have a blast on this thing. But as far as like a back road bomber, or I want to go to work maybe, or I want to go take the long way home that's just full of mountain passes, and I just want to go around and around and around and around, you can't beat this machine. As far as a beginner bike, today's day and age, no, not a fan. There are better machines out there. Like I said, the Shadow, I haven't been on one yet, but the Rebel 500 or even 300 would be better than this. The CBR 300 and CB 500, Yamaha makes an R3. There's just a different class of motorcycles now that have all those things that's going to keep a rider interested without all the little annoyances that something like this has. And we will get into that. In short, Ninja something you'd want to buy in 2020? Maybe. We'll get into that in the next video. Initial impressions though. It doesn't go fast. It gets there fast. It's a little handling king. It stops hard. It stops great. It will make sure that if you don't have proper riding technique, you're not going to screw up too horribly to the point where everybody's going to call you, wheels, ironically, because you're in a wheelchair. That shouldn't happen. Accidents always do, but yeah, the initial impressions of this machine, because I've been running around on it for, I'm going to say I put about 300 miles on this. They've been mostly positive. Oh, that's another thing. You'll attract attention too. Everybody that's ever had one is going to flag you down to tell you about the one that they had that was just like yours, even though it's nothing like yours. But as far as reliability, since I've had it running and got the initial bugs worked out of it not running, haven't had an issue with it. Very reliable machine. Starts up every single time. I'm gonna sneak in. I'm thoroughly entertained by the 14,000 RPM red line. I'm also thoroughly entertained that 14,000 RPM gets me 32 miles an hour. Try to do that on your R1. But yeah, are they still decent bike today? Yeah. Nothing wrong with that, nothing wrong with mine. Negatives on the quick take of 300 miles. It's just small bike issues. I want for horsepower. I don't like that. I don't start making power till there. Little bit cramped, like I may or may not have said. It's small. It runs hot. You have to know what you're doing as far as delivering power. This is a carbureted bike, so it's got some character to it, which means that you can't just twist the stupid lever and get instant power out of it in any conditions. You have to be in the right gear. The sport bike seating isn't bad, but it doesn't feel like sport bike. So you're not naturally sitting in a tuck. You catch a lot of wind. So yeah, like all other machines, there's some good, there's some bad. It leans mostly towards good for me. I mean, personally, there's a little bit of reasons as far as I always wanted one of these machines, just a Ninja in general, an 80s high-revving stupid sport bike in general. Just something along these lines, just for this reason of playing around. It trips my trigger, and if it does yours, if you can find one in decent running condition, or know how to make one into something that's decent running condition, I say, you know, can't be beat. But yeah, that's just my initial impressions on a vehicle that I've been running for 300 miles. I'm gonna do more opinion on it as it comes, and it's gonna kick around for a while. It's not gonna be the main focus of videos. I didn't get rid of the NC by any means, but I figure it's a stupid little yeehaw bike for a stupid little yeehaw channel. Like, you can't make a better pair. Anyway, you guys have a good one. I'm gonna have more fun with this thing.